What we do here is go back.
Welcome to When Black Girls Brunch, because we're crazy. Welcome, it's When Black Girls... Sorry, I'm not screaming. It's When Black Girls Brunch. This is Delicia.
And Kendall.
And Ayana.
And Sylvia.
Natalie's MIA. We love her, though.
Mexico.
What's
stole
going
her from
on?
us.
It's been a while since we've done a podcast.
Happy 4th of July weekend.
It's the 4th of July. Okay, first of all, black people don't need to be celebrating the 4th of July. Your ass didn't have any independence until 1776. First of all, let's just say that right now. But hey,
But what about the
Disclaimer. Asterisk.
but America's
Disclaimer.
great. America's great. Hashtag.
My
Hashtag
favorite,
America.
my favorite thing is like white people are like, but the Emancipation Proclamation, I was like, it was a war tactic. That shit was not to free the slaves. They didn't give a fuck about us.
Man, so what's...
America.
We should update everybody on what we've been doing, especially Ayana and Sylvia have been doing some big shiznits.
Amela just like...
So Ayana just opened up her boutique yesterday on July 2nd.
In case y'all didn't know the day.
Yeah, because...
Also back to me.
Don't you want to talk about that? How your
Yeah,
experience?
dude. Yesterday was so ill. Like, literally, if I was a person that cried, I would have cried. But it was crazy. There was tons of people.
Yes.
More than I expected. I made money.
Yes.
That was ill.
That's the
Shout out
goal.
to everyone that purchased something from Garbage Couture. When you rock it, make sure to take a picture, tag us so we can repost it. But no, it was just like a lot of love. Shout out to Freshly Baked and all the boys.
Yes, thank you.
Doing their
guys.
thing. Like, it was just so sick to
Why
see
am I saying
people
thank
like...
you?
Literally, I think that, like, at one point, everyone had on, like, something for Freshly Baked. Like, people that came for me bought stuff. His friends bought stuff. So, it was super dope. I'm excited for people to see kind of how the church is developing. A lot of people are like, what's going to be in here? And I'm like, the sky's the limit. So, if you're a creative person and you want to collaborate, come down to the church, be a part of that. Come shop at Garbage Couture and Freshly Baked. And literally, like, thank you for everyone who made it. People that I had friends that don't even live here that were like reposting it and sharing it and promoting it. So everyone that called me, texted me, wished me well, came out, bought something, you guys are dope. If you weren't able to make it, I'm really sad, but I'll be there. So come visit me. She'll be there next weekend on Sunday.
Yes, and Sylvia had her artwork displayed.
Yeah, and everyone wanted to buy it.
Let's talk about that, Sylvia.
Let's talk about it.
I missed half of it. Let's talk about that.
You did. But no
I
one's
missed half
judging.
of it. But I heard, and thank you guys. It's encouraging. That's all I have.
Yeah, if you were at the event and you wanted all the art on the very first table with the beautiful queens, you had this beautiful queen.
Yeah, she did.
Literally
She did.
everyone, I mean,
She did.
they were, all the artists were
She
dope,
did.
you know what I mean, that were out there, but
She
like,
did.
everyone was like, so how can I get it? How can I help
They
you?"
literally were. I think people thought I was the artist. Someone was like, I like your artwork. And I was just like, yeah. Other black girl.
So, we're trying to convince Sylvia to sell it, so I think we should start a hashtag, Sylvia Sell Your Art.
Hashtag
Hashtag
Sylvia,
sell yourself.
sell your
Hashtag Sell Yourself.
Still your soul.
Sylvia, let me have the end of that though, for us. I'm about to die. Sylvia walked up like, wait, but this is all I have. And then Sylvia has that. And Kindle
No shame.
has all
No shame. This is our lives. This is
What's
our
going on
lives.
with stage though?
We are re-strategizing.
Okay.
So it's just been a year of transition. And just, trying to make sure that we're doing stuff that people are actually interested in. We're hiring interns this fall.
If you need a job.
Finally, if you are interested
College
in,
credit show.
Yes, and can get college credit and are interested in doing something positive, let me know.
Will they be doing like marketing? Like what was the internship?
So there'll be marketing. Everyone will contribute to marketing strategy. So I'm really big on collaboration and brainstorming. We need writers or a writer for a blog. We need someone who can do graphic design, and also like what is it called? Searching for clients.
Right.
That type of stuff. So it'll
Like
be really fun.
prospecting, kind of.
Yes, thank you. So it'll be pretty fun. But we'll see. We're working on that right now. So
Do they
more
need
to come at the end of the summer.
in the IE?
Yeah, do they have to be? Could it be
Not
online?
sure yet. I think it depends on what the focus of that specific intern is.
Make sure you post it on your page and on the
I will
WBGB.
as soon as it's fine. No.
Finalized.
Yeah, because we're just developing it now. So we'll
Sweet.
see.
On to Delicia. How are things going along with your
Well,
oh shit?
we're just waiting for the cover art. Shout out to Keisha. Whoop, whoop.
Yes, Keisha,
Looking
you're
it
so
up.
dope.
It looks really awesome so far. She's just gonna be tweaking some things and making it perfect for printing. And the interior is all done. It looks so amazing. I'm so excited about this. It's gonna be such a nice collection of artistry this time.
So we're also gonna start a hashtag Delicia do a poetry reading,
Yes, delicious poetry reading.
so we can promote the shit out of oh shit.
Oh shit.
Hashtag oh shit.
Oh shit! Exactly. But
I
yeah.
keep thinking like the Fergie, you know, like in that song.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Oh shit! It's
No,
like burr,
I
burr. What's this? What's the words?
don't know.
How come every time I come around my London Bridge, like London? You know we had little kids singing that song. They talk about your panties in that song. She didn't talk about every
I
time
don't put
he comes
anything past
around.
Right.
kids.
Right.
Especially now.
Your
When I have
parents
access
wanna
to
come back.
everything.
When I worked at the Boys and Girls Club, there was like a little playground on the inside, and there's a pole. And the little girl was sliding down the pole, and she's like, "There she goes, sliding down the
No.
pole." I was like, "Do you even know what that's about?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
At the pole now.
Wow.
At the Boys and Girls Club in Canto, Red Cheetahs. Badass kids. I liked it there.
No.
That's
I learned how to play pool at the Boys and Girls Club. Working there.
The kids get you for your money. They're like, Miss Alicia.
No, I would. They give me it for my snacks and food.
Oh,
though.
they're smart. They're smart.
Which is almost
Like your
Right?
money.
It's like straight to the point. Like, I don't need cash. I just need food. Hashtag food.
So
Shout out to food. We love you.
So last night this morning, early this morning, we were
like
watching.
2 o'clock in the morning.
It was like 4
It
o'clock
was
in
like
the morning.
It was like 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock in the morning.
We were watching Waiting to Exhale. Well,
Wow.
Kendall and I were watching Waiting to Exhale.
I don't know sleep.
And we noticed that Bernadine, is it Bernadine or Bernadette?
I think it's Bernadine.
Google.
Bernadine had mentioned the number of times that her and her husband had sex. And we were doing the math. She said like 753, I think, something like that, in 11 years.
And they were married for 11 years. They could have been dating, and that could count that too.
And I'm just saying, like, that is not a lot of times. But they're saying that, she's saying the times that they've made love. And I still don't think that is a lot for 11 years, not even including them courting.
Like any times that they
Like,
did.
But this is my thing. Love. She said making love.
That's an 11
Maybe
years.
for her that was every time.
Like,
was
they were
really
like-
good.
Too, like, he was hitting it. She was, like, talking about, like, when they put on Marvin Gaye and there was candles.
But he stopped counting, so I don't think he was really making love to her
Okay,
the whole
first
time.
of all, let's talk about this relationship and why we're counting.
Shout out to Kyla for watching.
First of all, it's like, did she have, like, a made love notebook? Like, what?
Like,
was
how
there
did
an
she
app
keep
for that?
Like
Like,
marks on the wall,
right? Like,
on the bedpost.
she's like,
Right.
made love. Like, first I was like, why are you counting? Like, that's not even romantic. Like, I don't know. It's like, it was like, maybe, like, be cute, like, the first month. Like, oh, we made love 25 times.
That is low key like junior.
You know what I mean? But it's like, hey, why you got time to count? Like,
You should be having sex instead of counting how many times you
I think
had
that's
sex.
why. And it's like, but it's also like, why did you count? Was it to like later, like, was it to be like, oh God, we made love a million times? A million times.
I mean, maybe I used to count kisses.
Oh. But when did you
See,
stop
why is that
counting?
cute? I just stopped counting eventually.
Okay, so you just stopped. So
It was
why is
like you said, it was cute. Like in the beginning, we're like, counting kisses, and then it was like.
But
we're
you're
just
also
kissing.
an artist. I feel like that could definitely be used later in some poetry.
I actually did use it.
So that's what I'm saying. What's the motive of the counting? Is it to be like, so like when it stops happening, you're like,
Maybe
we
because she
only
wanted
made
more,
that.
and she's like, we only did it
Because for
753
some people,
times.
they might be like, dude, we made love 753 times.
And she's like,
But that's like
only
in
did
like
it.
1 year that people are saying that. But the thing
That's
is,
multiple times a day, every day.
Yeah.
Unless you do back to back like 4 times.
but
in one
think
day.
about it. Like that's how you're fucking in the beginning of your relationship. Like you're having sex that much, and then once you're married, it kind of dwindles off.
Yeah.
But
Do they have kids?
they had 2 kids.
Okay, see, these are all factors. Like, we gotta factor in, like, for a few months, like, she was like, don't. And then she had the baby. And then
Don't.
a few weeks after that, like, her vagina was like, no. It was killing. And then they have to, like,
But
make
the
love
kids
around
are
the kid. You know what I mean?
old.
Like,
No.
well, what do you mean they're old?
I calculate that they did it once a week, which is technically not a lot. However, I did take out the times that she has her monthly stuff as well, you know?
That don't
Yeah.
stop nobody
Okay,
from
so it
having
might be
sex.
like 2 times a week.
That's not.
What kind of
It's
job?
not, but it's realistic.
What kind of job did
for-
Bernadine have? Like,
She didn't
She's
have
a
one.
secretary.
She
didn't have
So
one.
No,
wait,
she
she didn't
didn't.
have one, or
No.
was she a secretary?
Well, she
No,
was
she
taking
was-
care of the kids.
she was like
which
her
is a
job.
job.
That is a
Okay.
job.
And he was running his own business.
So
that
was he
she's-
working from home?
No.
He could have though. It was his business.
But
No,
what
he
was
was
the
too
business?
busy with the white woman.
Oh, so
He was with
cheating.
Becky with the good hair. Yeah.
So he was cheating. Okay, so that also has to be calculated.
So there's
Yeah.
probably
I
3
You know,
months
you know
that
on
they did
Medea
it.
where she's like,
And he hit you.
I don't know. I think like the amount of times that you have sex and all that, like that should be something that you and your partner agree on. Because for some people, that's
Sometimes it has to
suffice.
be scheduled too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I agree that sometimes you have to schedule sex, but
But it's like some.
753. If my husband and I only had 753 times of making love, having sex, boinking, fucking, whatever it is, in 11 years, somebody's stepping out. Like,
Well, yeah.
And
You
Well,
already
really,
know.
that was
I'm
what was
like,
happening.
probably.
and that was what was happening. So obviously it wasn't enough.
yeah. So I don't know. I think
She
that's
loved
what,
him
that's
more
what
than
I'm
he
saying.
loved
There
her,
has to be like
clearly.
communication and understanding. Because like I said, if it works for both people, where they're like, this is okay.
It's not okay.
But that's not okay. It's not okay for you. But for other people, they're just like, that's not like, it's a part of their thing, their relationship, but they're not like.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't good.
Mm.
Anyway, so she didn't want it more than that.
But no, she's the one complaining, right?
Yeah, she wanted it. So I think it was.
So maybe.
It's him. He was cheating. So.
Ugh.
And obviously he wasn't attracted to black women anymore.
Clearly.
Because he went for Becky with the good hair.
I don't get why people cheat. It's just like, why don't you just break up with that
Well,
person?
he
It's
did.
not
He
that
dumped her on
easy.
New Year's Eve.
Oh, is that what the day was?
Or
Oh, it was New Year's Eve.
Yeah, because it was a year
Yeah,
later.
because they're all going over the New Year's Eve stuff.
He broke up with her New Year's Eve and said, I'm taking Becky with the good hair to the party. Because it's the truth. I want my friends to know the truth.
Yeah.
She's like, you're going to flaunt your tramp. He's like, no, I'm going to show them the truth. Didn't he say I don't love you anymore?
I'm leaving you. All dramatic.
So dramatic. It's just like.
It
She
doesn't.
just hit him with that. What would make Angela Bassett mad? You see her arms?
Well, you see, she lit everything on fire.
I love that movie.
It is really good. We should watch it
Ladies.
again.
Whoever
Please,
is.
I want to watch it.
I know. We should
I
have a
haven't.
Waiting to Excel night.
We can. I'm all the way down.
It worked. I was like,
You guys are invited.
maybe we should like do a live video while we're watching it.
That would.
Just all
oh
that
my
commentary.
gosh.
Could you
Yes.
imagine?
Huh?
All the commentary. Can you believe, girl? Is that a white woman? Like we ain't seen the movie before. But oh my gosh.
I watched that movie at such a young age that it's like.
But I don't don't know. I don't feel like there's a certain age that women should know that men are fuckboys.
Speaking
And I
of,
feel like that we should be. So there's a video that's been going, that's pretty viral right now, of this woman who is speaking all kinds of truths
Oh my gosh.
into the world about the dating experience. And I promise you, the first time I saw this video, and the funny thing is, I think almost everybody at this table has either posted it, sent it to me, or
seen it at
seen
least.
it. I think we've all seen it. But I literally bawled into a ball on the floor. I was like literally right there on the floor, crying my eyes out, because it was so true. Like what she was saying, like you living your life, you're on green, thick pastures, and you're just doing great. You're almost vegan. Jesus is your best friend. You skipping down the yellow brick road.
Your edges are back.
Your edges are back. They never left. And then you're like, you know what? Everything is good. My job is good. I got my everything going. I'm gonna try dating. And the guy who wants to come into your life he's just there. He's like the devil. He's just there to steal, kill, and destroy. And it's just like, why? Do you guys, I have a question for men. Do you guys literally just like scout out women who are just doing great and say, I'm gonna fuck up her life? Like, is that a thing? Like,
I think so. I think that when you're doing well and you're happy and you're positive and you're like loving your life and your experiences, that you glow. And people see that, and not just men, like people see that. And then men who, I don't know what it is within them, they want to steal that, you know what I mean? Like they're like, I see you shining. They want to be a part of it, but not a part of it.
it's like,
But it also seems like, okay, well, do women lose focus then? Does he become a distraction?
yeah,
Do you
that's
prioritize
true.
him then? Because
But,
it's like,
I mean,
I don't know. Generally, okay, in society, I feel like we put such a heavy emphasis on finding that person.
yeah, especially for
So
women.
when he comes in and he's a fuck boy and he's, saying all the right things, yada, yada,
Yeah,
yada, it's like,
good.
well, let me prioritize this because that's what's most important. And it's like, no, your veganism, your best friendism with Jesus, your edges, all
Your edges are more important.
is more important.
Hashtag edges matter, okay?
Hashtag edges
matter.
matter.
But I think it's
You
true.
make yourself too available. It's like, I don't
See-
know. And I'm not excusing that behavior because she made a really good point. If your intentions aren't pure, then don't even talk to me. Like, just leave me alone to begin with.
I feel like
So-
I'm just a hopeless romantic, and I'm gonna fall victim every time. Like I'm like a super target. I'm a target because I'm not gonna like have boundaries. I'm always going to give 110% of myself, because when I date someone or we go into a relationship, my intentions with that person is to like marriage, family, kids, like, and all that stuff. Like if I just want to fool around and play the game, I'm not going to call you my boyfriend. We're not going to make that commitment, and whatever happens will be my fault. But when I'm sitting there saying I want to commit to you and you're saying that to me, but you fall short of what you say that you're going to do, I don't know.
I
I'm
think
just
it's a
gonna
power
always be a
dynamic.
target.
Because you give someone that much power and influence in your life, it's going to go south. Just that's human nature.
I guess I should
So-
just stay single for the rest of my
Or
life.
just still value your independence, even in a relationship.
No. I don't. It's not a thing of being codependent once I'm in a relationship. That's not the case. It's just if I'm going to commit myself to someone, I'm going to commit myself. It's not going to be no like half-ass joking thing, because I see it when I'm saying I'm committing to you. It's a serious thing to me. I take relationship, I take love, and all that stuff really seriously. But I mean, guys will say one thing and their intentions are completely different, and I can't control that. And that's not my fault. I shouldn't have to hinder myself, I guess, or like super filter who I am because this other person isn't ready to do what they say that they're ready to do. It's like that person needs to take responsibility for themselves and be like, you know what? No, I'm not ready for a relationship, or no, I can't commit to you in the way that you're, wanting. And I'm pretty transparent with guys. Like my ex, I told him straight up, like, I want my next boyfriend to be my last boyfriend. I'm not trying to put pressure on you, but that's what it is. So you're sitting here saying you want to be my boyfriend. Well, just know it comes with responsibilities. There's there's a destination with this. It's not going to be no placeholder boyfriend for 11 years and 753 times of sex.
It ain't gonna be me.
That's not going to be the case.
Yeah, and I think it's hard, like, if you have
Adult conversation.
I think it's hard if you have, like, a big heart and you, like, and you're a good person, you're like, dude, I know my intentions. And I think I've just learned to be, like, the way that I love people, like, and that's, like, friends, not even just, like, romantically, like, I'm gonna get hurt a lot because there's not a lot of people that you come across, like, love that way, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't get jaded. Like, if someone does me wrong, I always have to tell myself, like, that's a reflection of that person.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with me. So if you're, like, foul, have, you know, ill intention, all that, it's like, that's a reflection of you. Yeah. That's a problem that you need to deal with. Like, has nothing to do with
you. Don't take it personal.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll keep on pushing and, like,
oh no, I'm gonna be petty as fuck.
I mean, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna be petty
because you
but
wasted my time, and I'm still plotting all of my devious actions. I'm coming for you.
I mean, pettiness happens too, but it's like I just try
tell me when and where.
I just try to not let it get me down. Like, I know.
At my job, 8:00.
I can't.
Wearing all black.
Your phone's done.
No.
Of course. Why did we try to do this on Yana's phone?
It said that it was too hot, so it wouldn't charge. And
going live it takes a lot of energy out of the phone. Thanks for the people who did get to tune in with us on Facebook for that 20 minutes.
That was good.
But
sorry guys. Wait, can I really?
We can still record.
Yeah, we can still. We're still recording.
Oh no, I know. I just need to charge my phone. But anyways, yeah, I just realized.
Turn your phone off though.
I just realized that I'm gonna get hurt a lot, and it's fine. I think I have to go into situations like more guarded, but I always tell myself that, and then you're just like, oh, you like slowly open up, and it's like, oh, damn, fuck, they're still a fuck boy.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know. Like I said, I'm a target. I already know because I don't hold things against people when I go into something new. Like whatever happened with this other person, I'm not gonna go into here like, oh, you're gonna treat me the same way. I'm really like it's a clean slate. It's like whatever you do, I'm holding it against you because you did that, not because of some past experience. Oh, my ex-boyfriend cheated on me. I think every man is gonna cheat on me. No. Yeah. Like it's still like today, like my biggest fear when it comes to relationships is not cheating. I really just think people will just stop liking me. I'm gonna be married for 11 years, and he's gonna come to me and be like, I feel like that's not because I don't like you anymore. He's not gonna cheat on me. He's just gonna be like, I don't like you.
I feel the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys are like the most interesting people. Like it's so weird. What are you talking about?
Because I've literally experienced. Dude, I literally experienced someone being like, oh my, like all about me. Like you're one to figure this, you're that, and then one day just being like, yeah.
Bruh, I had someone tell me since like high school, I love you, and then all of a sudden say, oh no, I just love you as a friend. Like almost 10 years later. So it happened.
It happened. And it's happened to me. It happened to me.
What would you mean like to you? I don't know.
Like in dating, like it's scary. Like when you go into it, it's so scary. And that's like my biggest fear is that this man is gonna wake up one day and just be like, I don't like you.
Yeah. I feel like mine is that they're just going to just feel like they just find somebody else. It's always they found somebody else. Like the first one, he was screwing around with everybody and their mama, so I gotta let that one go. Next one, married my roommate, did all this stuff, and married my roommate. Second time, or the third one, his friend from like third grade that he reconnected with.
Third grade?
Yes.
That's some bullshit.
Yes. Right? Like third grade, all of a sudden they had a bond that they always had a bond before. Who knows what that
Since third grade.
Right. Since third grade, he said that, I don't know, that only lasts the same amount of time that me and him were dating in the first place. So I was like, well, I don't feel that bad because you only lasted 9 months too. And you was supposed to be the love connection. So whatever.
Third grade. That's
I feel like it's just always they find somebody else that they like more than me because they always compliment you on who you are and how great a person you are. And that everybody would be lucky to have you. However,
But I just.
But I also didn't.
Most of these guys are just
I also
ready
didn't
for
put
the
out
next
for any of
thing.
them, and all of them are having
They
sex
are.
with all of those.
I
other
feel
people.
like guys stick with girls until they feel like they find something better.
Yeah.
And that's what they keep doing. And by the time they finally decide to settle down, they're going to end up with some girl who's super plastic, who doesn't know what she wants. She's going to be stupid as fuck. And he's going to be in his damn 50s.
My pediometer is like...
And no, seriously, like these guys, and when you think about it, you're trying to find these upgrades in these superficial departments, and she's gonna have no substance. Like you're gonna be complaining that she doesn't work, you're gonna be complaining that she can't cook. I don't know why.
All she does is spend your money.
She just spends your money and go to the club and buy 20-inch weaves, mermaid length weaves.
I think it's because by nature men want to like protect and take care of, and like I think I know for a fact with one dude it was very much like an intimidation thing. Like he felt like you're very accomplished, you're doing all this, and I'm not doing anything, and so for him it was like,
well, at least he didn't want to come and destroy everything.
No, he destroyed some stuff, but.
He took my spirit.
But it was one of the things like I can't digress for you. Like I can't like not be
diminish
great.
yourself.
It's like I was like I'm gonna
But
try
you
to
can
push
come up here
you.
with me.
Yeah, like trying to push you. But I think there was just that battle. And I remember one time like we were drunk and we had like gotten into this argument, and he was like, "You don't ever let me take care of you," and I was like, "Okay, that's the issue." I was like, okay, like that's the issue. I'm like, no, like I don't need you to take care of me. Like I'm good. Like I'm good Gucci, and I'm not a girl that's like, oh, like I need a man to, like pay for. I'm like, no, like I got a job, right? Like if I got a job,
bring something else to the table.
Bring something else.
Bruh, and as soon as they get a girl that's like that, they're complaining though, because she never buys anything. I'm always paying for everything.
Really? I don't know.
I feel like with some men that like, if their thing is like, all right, I feel inferior to this woman, what they're gonna do, and what is I'm gonna go find a woman that's like less than, so then I can feel good about myself. Like, I'm smart. You know what I mean? Like, I'm smarter than her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more accomplished than her. You know what I mean? And it's like to stroke their ego, and it's like, no, why don't you just better yourself and then go after someone that's great instead of literally like, because then it's just like this sad cycle of like you're literally only with that person to boost yourself, not because
you care.
Yeah, you care that person has substance, and like I don't know. Like I've heard men complain about shit, and I'm like, well, then go be great and go find someone that's doing great. But I was like, that's disgusting that you're using this woman to make yourself feel better instead of just being like, if I want something better.
But on the other side, what they didn't say that she's using him too.
That's
always a flip.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a cycle of like, oh.
But then
I hate that, like using another person's decision to justify your decisions. Like, make a decision for yourself. If you need an ego boost, like go read a book, like learn something new,
exactly.
Like get a better job. Like don't say, well, she's doing this, like that's dumb. Like you're responsible for your own actions and decisions.
But what about the guys who are seeking out women who like us, like we have our shit together, we're doing what we're supposed to do, we're independent, we're like everything like that, and even it could be a guy who's on the same level, but yet he chooses to play games. Like, is that the same thing? Like,
what do you mean?
Like I'm going back to the IG post. Like she had her shit. Everyone, you're glowing and growing, and then all of a sudden this dude comes in and he's just like, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't so much like it's a distraction, but he like derails. Like that kind of man will derail somebody off of their growing and glowing path.
I don't know. I think a lot of things go into it.
Yeah, I don't think
it's an insecurity thing. I think these men are just really malicious.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some people out there.
I don't know. I can't trust somebody who sits there and will like look you in the face and tell you one thing and then do something completely different.
And they've been allowed, if you will, or excused from being accountable for their behaviors for so long. Like they've been taught that that's okay.
Like
It's because the woman was always, like, in the past, my grandmother, I remember one time I was having a conversation with my grandma about everybody in my family cheating, like, all the men in my family cheating. Yeah. So, like, except for my mom's side. But other than that, like, everybody's cheating. She was telling me that at the end of the day, she's like, Sylvia, because I was upset about my father, and I feel like I was just like, I don't understand why he did what he did, or why grandma did what he did, or whatever. And she was like, well, she's like, you just have to make sure you keep on doing whatever you have to do to make sure he doesn't want to cheat. She switched it up on me completely, and I think in that moment I was like, oh my gosh, this is the life that my grandma was living for so long because she was dependent on him. Back in that time, they were dependent on him, so they were able to do whatever they wanted to do. And that was when I realized also, I was like, that is not going to be my life. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stand up a little bit stronger than you, grandma, because that shouldn't ever be something that you pass on as wisdom to, at least now, especially now, never at all, but in general now, telling me that, there's no way I'm going to be with you. I'm sorry, I'm not sticking around for you. I'm making more money than you. Right. That's what's going to be happening.
See, but I don't want to be that person either, though. Like, I'm not going to hold things over my man's head. Like, oh, I make more money than you. Like,
no. Like, not that holding it over. I'm just saying, like, I'm going to be making my own money. Right. And whatever I'm doing with myself, I'm not going to be dependent on you. Like, there's no way I'm going to be just dependent on you. We'll work together, but I'm not going to live my life hoping that you're going to take care of me.
I think that's healthy. I really, really, now in my life, feel like I want more of a partnership type of relationship than inferior, superior dynamic. Because it's like, I can do this shit on my own. I don't need you, but if you can bring some value, like intellectual conversation, if we're building each other up, if you can invest in my business, like, I don't know. Can you bring something else? And dick is not hard to find, so that's not going to help.
But I think even in relationships where the woman isn't working, I think it has a lot to do with the mentality of the relationship. If the man is respecting what the woman does as like a homemaker, then I don't feel like there's a power differential. Like, she doesn't have to necessarily be bringing money into the house, but if he respects what she's doing as, that's her job, that's what she's doing, that's what she wants to do. No, so I know they don't, but I'm saying, like, there's not always like, oh, I have my own money, blah, 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 blah. But if he's looking at the relationship, if they're both looking at the relationship like that, like, you stay at home, you take care of home, and that's what you do, and I work, and that's like, they're still treating each other as equals at the end of the day. It's not like, oh, I bring in the money and you just stay at home.
Yeah, I have a mentor who's like that. He's at my job. He has a wife. When they were when they first started dating and they first got married, they decided that they were both going to work. Then she got pregnant and had their first child, and she's like, babe, I really want to stay at home, and I really want to raise our kids, like, make sure that they know who they are, and nobody else is telling them who they are other than us, teaching them about life other than us. So she decided to stay home, and he was like, all right, so you can do that, and I'll go ahead and work. I'll work extra hours and do what we have to do, and I'll make time for the family when we can. And he's a really great person. But they made that agreement in the beginning, and she still to this day, he's like, if she wants to come to work, she can go to work if she wants to. I'm not going to keep her from doing that if she wants to be fulfilled in that area. But otherwise, if she wants to stay home with our kids, I love that she's at home with our kids, because he's like, I tried it. I stayed home one day with her while she went out with her girls, and he's like, it's not easy. He's like, but that's the thing, always respect what she does.
A lot of guys don't respect that, and sometimes the women don't even respect that. Like, they're not even treating it that way.
I know. I remember when Natalie used to have goals of being a mom.
I know. I was like, personally, like, I'm just like,
I love it.
What?
I feel like it's so Natalie, though.
It
like,
is so
could
Natalie.
You not see Natalie just out taking her life away and, like,
well, look, she's moving towards that with her
around.
dope job. Like, she's supposed to just be chilling. Natalie, shout out to Natalie. Natalie's out here doing it.
Hashtag doing it.
She really is. But no, I don't know. I remember, like, her talking to me, and I think for a while, like, I guess, like, I would say, I kind of looked down on. I was like, you don't want to work. Like, you just want to sit at home? Like, what the? But I also don't have kids, so, and
Natalie doesn't either.
And okay, Natalie thinks in, like, future terms. Iona thinks in, like, present. I'd be thinking about, like, what am I doing next week? That's probably as far in advance, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like even when I have kids, like, I would still want to be working.
Me too.
And it's not to, like, I don't know. I just could never see myself, like, as a stay-at-home mom. For me personally, I'd feel like, what the fuck? Someone has trapped me. Someone has trapped me in this box. Like,
and I think that, sorry.
I also want to own my own business, so I also couldn't see myself being like.
But I can see you like baby on the hip at work though, like in your store. Like,
Yeah, but I have to still like.
And then putting your kids to work too.
Yeah.
Child labor.
Free labor.
And that's why I feel like the kids will learn different things either way. Like if you're a working mom, you're teaching them about work ethic, you're teaching them business savvy, like how to be business savvy, you're teaching them all those type of things. If you're at home, you're teaching them other things. Like there's definitely pros and cons to both.
Yeah, I think it's important to have a good balance too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my cousin, she like has like this, she doesn't want to be separated from her child right now. But I can get that. I think for me, if I were to have children, I probably want to have them probably by my side for the first couple of years, but I think it's important for them to learn social skills. I think it's important for them to get out there and learn who they are as a person and have a chance to just explore, live their lives. So I think that maybe like 3 and up, maybe, or 4 and up, probably 3 and up. 3 and up would be good to get them socialized and make sure that they know, how to talk to another kid.
I definitely see the benefits. Like my little cousin Amina, like she is probably one of the most intelligent little people, and I think a huge part of that is because my cousin stays at home with her and teaches her, and you know what I mean, and she's brilliant. And I mean I think she'd be brilliant even if like my cousin, I think she's working now, but like even in those like integral years, like when she was like I think she's 4 now, even if my cousin worked, I think she would still be that. But I see it, I'm like, that's dope because you have a different bond like with your kid. The only like weird thing sometimes about people are like, okay, I was talking to this student who's a stay-at-home mom, but then she's like, yeah, my twins or whatever go to daycare, and I was like, that's cool. And I'm thinking, cause some people will just do like a half day so that kids are getting socialized. She was like, yeah, I drop them off at 7 and pick them up at 6, and I was like, so
you don't have kids.
I was like, swing.
No, I'm not. Avery goes to daycare that long. Monday through Wednesday.
But you're not a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, she's a stay-at-home mom.
She's a stay-at-home mom. No, yeah.
Technically, no, she's not a stay-at-home mom. She just stays at home.
No, not like she has a job. No, she's not working and her kids. Like
she just has time to herself, basically.
She's not a stay-at-ome mom.
One
she just
day
stays at home.
I would not blame her.
No, I wouldn't do one day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you do have to take it. Yeah.
Okay, I definitely had that same bias against stay-at-home moms, but in the particular case that I'm thinking of, because it ended up being like this whole thing on Facebook, like way back in the day, like 2012, was my roommate's best friend. We were like, you could be doing so much more for yourself if you just, even my thing is, even if you're at home, you should still be doing something for yourself. That was my whole like rant. But she was saying, being a mom is like, that's it. That's what I want to do. Yeah. And like at the time I was really narrow-minded, so I'm like, I don't get that. Like, you don't want to like even run like a small business from home. You don't want to go to school online at home, like nothing else. You just mom. That's it. But
that's it.
But the thing about it, I know, God, I hope she doesn't say that. Is that I didn't feel like her kids were really developed at all, like socially, and like they just weren't. They were really awkward kids, and I feel like you're at home with them. They should be better.
Could be better.
CBB. No,
don't watch the rest of the podcast if you're listening.
I'm just saying, like that makes me think of that mom. Like, if you're gonna be at home with your kids, be at home with your kids and be doing something for them. Like, you can't just be sitting at home like, oh yeah, we're at home,
supervising and not being a mom.
And like you're not a Boys and Girls Club camp leader. You are their parent. Like,
it was like a weird
thing. How old were they?
At the time, he was like 3. But he didn't like really talk much, and it was weird. And I don't know.
I love it when kids have a great vocabulary young.
And they can,
I think it's the best thing ever. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
It makes life so much easier. Yes. It's like, okay, you can actually tell me that you want spaghetti for dinner.
But that's what happens when you don't teach your kids. Like, if you're sitting there goo goo gaga and them like their whole childhood, like even after birth, I don't care. You will talk to my kids in complete sentences.
Right, yeah, exactly.
No, that's what we do.
We don't play that at my house.
I mean, you can short it, like, you want to drink, like, you want to drink. drink like that, but don't be like, you want some wine, you want some juicy
Like
juice. You better ask my child if he wants some orange juice.
No, it's true. Like in my house, oh no, like full sentences. Let's go. But then, like growing up, like especially like if you were ever around like my little brothers, like people were like, how old are they? I'm like, oh, make it one.
Yeah, like when Tinda introduced himself to your little brother the other day, like the little one.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, hello, yes, my name is Amari.
Is old now.
How old is he?
Yeah.
Amari is
11.
But still, like, there are, like, kids his age who cannot, like, they won't introduce themselves to anybody. Like, he put his hand out to shake his hand.
Yeah, Omari's a grown man.
But the thing is, like, it's because somebody was sitting there and telling him, like, you are going to talk to people like this. Like,
and
11-year-olds aren't always like that.
They were talking at very, like, I mean, he's short, so people are like, what? But even like when he was like a baby, like it was like no, they were like they just talk. I'm like
yeah, you just talk.
Yeah, you talk to them.
You gotta be heard in your house though.
Yeah.
You
Can't be shy. There's no shyness in the Arms residence.
That's right. So
no, but you know what? Speaking of like my little brother, so the older one who is 13. Shout out to
when he
Joe.
He's like I'm 13. Sylvia was like you're not 16 yet.
No, I think your brother was
so
flirting
tall.
with me. Talking about, oh, I thought you were 16. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Even then, he thought he had a chance.
Right? He was like, she's 16. I'm about to be in high school. Right? It's my age group right now. But
so
no, like so during this whole week, I've been taking him down to the church, not an actual place of worship, a place called the Church in Briar Logan, 2185 Logan Avenue, the plug. But I've been taking him down there, and people have just been blown away by him because he's trying to start his own clothing company, trying to do modeling.
He's
and
11?
No.
Okay, I was like, wait. Oh, got it.
Oh, I'm going to give the story about Amari. He's trying to be a little businessman, too. He's going to be a hustler. He's probably going to sell drugs.
Even when he was like, no, but even when we went downtown to feed the homeless, like, he was very, like, introducing himself to them, like, oh, do you mind if I take a picture of you guys?
Yeah.
And he took really good pictures, too.
Right?
And I'm just like, you are not 11. You're not a kid.
Those kids are overcomers, too. Like, I was talking to, I think, Wesley or someone was asking me, they're like, your little brother, like, the older one, he's like, he's so cool. He's like, you know, like, he, like, knows what he wants to do. Like, he broke up with his girlfriend because I got to focus on my grades and, like, trying to handle this business. And I'm like,
shut up.
She was cute. She was chocolate. I was like, yes.
Oh, yeah, you showed us the picture, right?
Yeah, my other little brother, he got a Becky with the good hair, and we gonna have to figure that out.
Just take away his social media.
He 11. He ain't got no social media. No, okay, so the other one. Okay, so Ja is the older one, and, like, people are just like, dude, your brother's dope. He's loving being down there, like, Brian that does Freshly Baked is like going to be helping him out. His friends like helping him with his logo, all this stuff. The other one's about to be a little hustler. So he drew the logo that Jaw's going to use, right? He just like sketched it out, whatever. And he's like, oh, Jaw, you can use it for your thing. And then Jaw's like, okay, cool. Then he's like, so how much money are you going to give me for it? And I was like, because he hears me and Jaw like talking business. He had already just given it to him and walked away. Then he's like, oh, wait. So
I
then
can get money for this.
So then he's like, he was like trying to break it down. He's like, all right, I want $5 per shirt. I said, no.
Wow.
What?
Like
$5 per shirt?
And I was like, first of all, I'm going to lace you with like 50 cents per shirt. Second of all, I was like, that's a deal. I said, if you're a designer, you get paid for making that design.
And that's
it. You don't get no residual.
No.
This is not a lifetime.
And so then the other
it's a
day.
lifetime plan.
Other day, he was like, okay, so, when like, he's like, literally like, when we gonna talk business? Like, when we gonna talk about these shirts? And I'm like, if you don't back your ass up. But Omari, he is either going to start like a drug cartel.
Oh my god.
Or he's gonna be like an amazing business person.
He's
with something
an
that's
amazing
legal.
Well, business cartel people are amazing business.
It was something that's
but their stuff is illegal.
I'm joking. No, Omari's great. he's sometimes hard to handle, but that kid is.
I love Amari. With his little red patch way back when.
I don't think I met him.
He's so precious.
Yeah, you would know if you met him. That's one kid that's like, when you meet him, you're like, I will never forget.
When we went to your house and we were all going to, what's that place in La Mesa? Jolton Joe's.
Yeah.
And he got in the car and he was like really trying to go. He was in the backseat like, he put his seatbelt on.
Like, you're not.
Get out of the car.
Amari's a sweetheart, though.
He is. He's such. It's so funny because like when you meet him, like he has like this like rough Okay, Deborah. No, I'm kidding. How do you got your auntie's full name in there? She got her whole name in there. Like that's your auntie. Like that ain't your auntie. My auntie say Auntie Carol.
I have my cousins as cousin this, cousin that. Like literally.
I know. I should start marking because sometimes I'm like, who is this person to me?
No, I put cousin C or cousin J. And then I gotta put cousin Jess because then I don't want to get Jarrell and that's what stuff. Then I got cousin DC, cousin Shawnee. Then I got Aunt Bunny, Maddie, R.I.P. But yeah, I don't know. Relationships they're tough. They're hard.
I don't know. No one wants to be in a
People are
relationship
just.
with me,
That's another thing with what? But that's the thing with people. It's like you don't know. Like you never know.
You know,
I think I don't know.
That's the fun of it.
It's like literally a game of Russian roulette.
It's not fun.
Like your entire relationship is a game of Russian roulette every day.
Mm-hmm.
Will you love me today?
I feel like that's how I'm gonna be. Like I'm gonna have that anxiety.
I probably will
as
ask
a wife
at least once a week. Like
I did.
So what's the status?
So like so do
are we good?
you like me? He's like yeah. Like do you like me? Like me?
I just feel like
I
like
seen
there's
a
like
post.
a meme. Yeah, they're
There's
like,
a meme.
they're like, did you choose to be with me because you love me or like because?
I seen a meme where the girl was like it was like the different stages like milestones. She was like they were dating, then they got married, then they had a baby, and they were like old, and she was like dying or whatever. She every time she was asking like, do you like me? But do you like me? All throughout the relationship. That's gonna be me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake up randomly like 10 years. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm just gonna like so. Do you still like me?
I just want to not care if he likes me or not.
But that's the thing. I want to not care too, but
I think I would care too.
I feel like I must be really insecure, and I'm gonna always ask.
But I think that are we talking about your fear stuff?
What?
We're talking about your fear stuff.
That he's not gonna like you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's appropriate to care because you did invest a lot of time into him. I'm assuming, you know.
Well, just
but I mean,
like the
especially because you said
reassurance.
you're like you wasted my time. Like,
Yeah, like
you know, if that's a big thing for you, especially if you're investing into somebody, then yeah, that's gonna bother you. But I think,
Are good people like rare?
yes.
Are they anomalies? Are they really unicorns?
They're unicorns.
I think genuine people are because there's always gonna
That's
be
what it is.
people that always have ulterior motives somehow, somewhere in there. You know.
I don't even got enough knowledge to be.
Maybe we shouldn't get married until we're like 45.
But I want to
I
have
said
kids.
that to my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm 50 years old. Got it.
I think I am gonna marry really
Got it.
late. I think I'm gonna marry really, really late.
And I can have kids. 1-800-I-ADOPT you. All it takes is one finger.
I actually want to go through the process. I want to be pregnant.
I
Not
would
that.
love to see that
I
happen.
really
for you,
do.
too.
I want to have saggy titties and back aches and cry and
Stretch marks
cankles.
and-
Do you really?
First of all,
Yeah,
I have saggy titties and my back hurts.
It's not all it's got
It's
to
not-
be.
No, but
And
I
I've never
mean-
had a kid.
I'm sorry, but I want to do it with purpose. Should I have added that? Not just because I want it because, I am pregnant with a
Damn,
child.
Talisa, you don't save anybody some
I'm
champagne.
not gonna lie, I was like
You want
jealous of
some
my
champs?
cousins that just had babies.
Really?
Yeah, like I've always been the one that everybody knows. I'm always like, I'm never having kids, never getting married,
I think
never
it's so
really care.
precious.
But
Don't you
Yeah.
have not one kid, Sylvia?
Yeah, but the reason why, but this is the thing. After that situation with you know who, the roommate situation. After that was when all of that changed. It wasn't before that. I wanted 3 kids. I wanted to get married, and I wanted to have children.
See,
Before
you
that
can't-
happened, then I was
You
like,
can't
"Ugh."
let. That's what
I
I'm talking
know,
about
I
the jaded
know,
and
That's
Yeah.
why I was like, I'm gonna have a donor no matter what. have kids, with or without
You
a husband,
should.
with or without a man
You
in my life.
should.
I'm gonna have kids.
I think
I'm
that you
torn.
should.
I mean, I could live without the relationship with the man. I'm sure that I can, be okay, because that would be one less stress.
Yep.
But then I'll probably still do the same thing to my poor child. Like, you still like mommy? Is mommy still your favorite mommy? Like, you're my only mommy, mom. What are you talking about? Get out of my face. I'm 18 years old. I'm moving out.
No, leave me. I don't know. I thought about that, so I'm like, dude, if I never get married, then I don't get to have kids. Because I'm very torn on making that decision for my kid to not have a father.
Well, that's why I was trying to, like, my donor that I have had, I don't know if he's a current donor yet. I haven't made my mind about that, especially since he fluked last night. But it's someone that I know and I, like, entrust somewhat. So it's like...
So they would help raise the kid?
Not necessarily raise him, but if my kid was like, Mom, who's my dad? I'm like, oh, he's right there. Like...
No, that's like not the same experience.
But he'll always... I mean, I feel like he could always be a part of his life. It won't be no weird thing like, oh, well, we don't talk about him or anything like that. Like, if he says that he wants to try to be a part of his life, that's fine. But there's no relationship between me and him.
No,
he could be a father.
Yeah, I'm not worried. No, I'm not worried about like that I have to have a relationship with. But it's like, if I personally was like, all right, I'm gonna go. Like, say I adopt a kid and I'm a single parent. Like, I would just, I don't know, because I grew up with a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
My siblings who are all adopted don't have a father, and that's like a want and a desire for them.
Right.
And it's like a part of that is like my mom, like she wasn't with it knowingly. Like, okay, you're not gonna have a dad, so I would feel like, damn.
But I mean,
if
you're
have
adopting,
to take on that portion of catering or helping them get through that mental and emotional part
or
of their
just
lives where
give
they don't
them a
have
father figure. It doesn't necessarily have to be your man. It could be your friend, like your best friend. Excuse me. Ooh, that came out of all kind of holes.
Oh,
sorry. That was like my nose, my mouth, my ears. No, but I'm like, you could put a father figure in their life, like just direct them to that person.
Yeah,
I don't feel like
it has. Because I've had I don't know, I've had father figures, like Brittany's dad, but it's not like it's not the same as like.
But
that's my dad.
In terms of adoption, though, like, are you really gonna just not adopt kids because you're not married? Like,
I mean, other people might.
Give that kid an opportunity to have a family. It doesn't matter if it's a dad or not.
I was gonna say, I think it's a come up to even have a parent, but I think I do understand. Like my dad, especially with my dad, because I feel like he's just like seasons. He comes in and out. Like I call him the holiday father because I know that he only shows up on holidays. He lowered it down to just one holiday. It's now just Christmas. But then I lost that last year. I don't know what happened.
Oh my God.
So I don't even know. I don't even know.
I would like to give a shout out for my father
who donated.
I'm pretty sure at one time me and my mom had to fucking laugh our asses off because we got a child support check for a whopping. It was like $6.40. I was like, nigga, what are you doing? But even that situation's weird. So like my dad, like years ago, like tried to contact me, but literally on some fuck dad shit. You know what? He was on some fuck dad shit. Not a fuck boy. He was on some fuck dad shit. So here's a little context. So my father did live with me for like I think like the first 3 years of my life, and then I don't know what he did. Went to the military, was on drugs. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Has other kids that are older than me, I think. I think I got siblings out there. I don't really know. So years later, he tried to contact me when I was like 11, and I was like, who the fuck are you? No thanks. You know what I mean? I was kind of like,
no solicitors.
No. Then a couple years, I think I was like maybe like 20, and he like writes me on Facebook. And no. He was on the fuck that shit. So he writes me, and then this nigga has the audacity to basically be like, and because you're a Christian, you should forgive me, and you should and I said, hashtag fuck dad. Like, what? Like, how do you, like, I did not make the decision to be made. You made a decision to make a child. You made a decision to do whatever you did and to not be in my life. And then you can't write me and be like, and you should let me in your life, and you should forgive me because you're a Christian. I was like, nigga, you should have been my dad because you're my fucking dad. Like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. So I was like, you can keep all that bullshit. Like, he should have been like, oh, do you need that? I'm like, I don't need, literally, I was like, I don't need shit from you. I was like, if you want to give anyone money, you can hand it to my mother, who I think it's $42 a month. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to do for someone, but it probably lets her go to the casino. Like, thank you. You'll let her go to the casino. But I was like, you can give that money to her, and you can deal with her. But I was like, I've literally, like, I don't think I ever had that, like, daddy syndrome. I just want my dad. Right. It was kind of just, like, there were always, like, men around, you know what I mean? Like, not that my mom's, like, dating over, but men around, meaning, like, my uncle or, you know, like, someone that I danced with's dad. Like, there was always, like, these figures around. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't ever have, like, that need. But then, like, seeing my siblings, like, I remember when, like, Omar was really young, like, every black man, he was just like, Mom, is that my dad? Mom, is that my dad? You know what I mean? And it's just like,
that
that's not your dad. Like, that's not your dad. Like, and like not, but yeah. So it's just hard because I'm like, So I don't know. I don't know if I would want to put, like, I guess my thing is like, I want to get married and all that to break a cycle that is very prevalent in my family, because there's no one in my family that I think every single sibling has the same dad, or, you know what I mean? Like, everyone has different parents. No one's, I mean, my uncle was married at some point, but it's like, no one's married. It's just all these, like, single fucking parents, just, like, all these fucking kids. I mean, we're all dope. Oh my God. Like, we're dope as fuck. Like, to be honest, like, my family's, like, hella tight, but there's not that. It's, like, other than my aunt, who, like, is remarried, you know, like, she's married, whatever, but, and so it's just kind of to break that cycle and just like, damn, can someone fucking hold it down for the Arms family? Like, because it's a very different, it's very different, because I guess the only people that all have the same mom and dad are, like, my mom, like, and my aunt. Like, it's like, my grandparents were married, had all these fucking kids. They didn't have a lot, there's only 4 of them. Had kids, you know what I mean? Like, and that's where it stopped. And then their generation, oh, you guys are fucking around.
I get that. That makes sense.
So I think that's why it's like.
I would fully acknowledge that my situation is different.
Right.
I'm not sure right now. I'm not sure like how important it actually is. Like, I don't know, because I grew up with both of my parents, but I feel like we all have to deal with shit regardless.
Yeah.
If you have 2 parents or not. Like, there's stuff that I have because I have 2 parents. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And I have to deal with that. Like, I don't know. So, we all just have different struggles that, you know, I don't know. But then again, I don't really know what it's like. So.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me, and I think I never want to admit that I have daddy issues, but I guess the one is the not being wanted. You know what I mean? Because it's like, for me, it was like someone didn't want me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, someone was like, I made you, but you weren't important enough. For me, it didn't even have to be like, you don't have to be with my mom. Like, I don't have, that has nothing to do with it. It's just like someone made a decision like, whatever you are, I don't want to be a part of that. And this man has other kids who he's like, I remember one day, like, he posted like, oh, my son did it, and I'm like, cool. Wow. So it was like you made a choice to not be in my life. It wasn't like, I have kids and I can't take care of any of them. It's like, no.
Like, picking and choosing.
Now you're like married and you're doing all these things. So then it's like, I think for me that ties into like my relationship with men. Like, some people can get over it. They're like, oh, someone liked me, and then it was kind of like, but for me, I'm like,
yeah,
I get that.
My own dad didn't want.
No, I piggyback that because with my dad, because he was always in and out of my life, and he was always finding a new woman. Like, my dad's been in so many different women. I've always, like I was saying in the beginning, they always find somebody new, and that's always my problem. I feel like it always ends up being the same exact thing, and I think that it does affect you. It really does, and it's not on purpose. It's not like I sit here and be like, oh my gosh, he's going to that. He's going to find somebody new. Every time we walk past somebody, he's going to want that person. It's not like an everyday thing, but it's something that always comes back to. I had a man who was in my life, and chose to be in my life up until like maybe 9 to 11 years old. And then he decided he was just not going to really be there anymore. Like, when I started becoming somebody, that was when he chose to not be anybody in my life. Like, it was just like, so
I think at
Like,
the end of
what
the
are you
day,
supposed to do with that? Because you always have a man who selects and chooses when he wants to, when you're important,
right.
when you have value.
Wow.
You know, and then you see people doing the same thing with you. When you see other men doing it, damn. When you see other people doing the same thing to you, that's what you learn that your value is. Unless you can create it for yourself, you learn that, okay, well, I'm only chosen when I'm needed, or when I'm not always valuable. I'm only selectively valuable.
Yeah.
Like I'm not always going to be wanted, but there's sometimes when you may want me. So maybe I'll just take what I can get, or then maybe I'm not. Like I can see why women have that issue of just taking whatever they can get.
Right.
Like if you like me, like I always do, like I always hear you saying, like I just want somebody to like me.
No,
I don't need you to love me, just like me. And I think about it, and I'm like, sometimes if that's all it takes, just get you over that moment, just for that moment, then just take it for what it is. And I can see why it's like, can I just get something, anything to hold on to? Because right now, all I have is a man who's taught me, and everybody else who's taught me X, Y, or Z about myself or how men are. And then everybody else comes along with all their evidence of like, oh, I like you. No, I don't. I like you, but not anymore. Like,
or like, I guess I'm also like, sometimes I'm like, I know for a fact if I was a lesbian, I would be snatched up. Like, I'm cute.
I wonder if I
and
can be the
women
man
love
since I'm
me.
tall.
What does that mean? Don't say that. That hurt my feelings. There's no such thing as being a man in a gay relationship.
She said that hurt my feelings.
It did. Like, no, I'm pretty
woman. Like,
really
you're a
no.
woman.
I'm pretty tight with
would
the
I have
gay
to be the
community.
one to
That's
pick
not
you
cool
up
for
when we
me.
get married, or would you be able to pick me up?
It doesn't.
You better teach him to pick you up if you want to be picked up.
No, I just want.
I say that only to be I say this only to be like, women always are like, you're beautiful, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, and like sometimes I'm like, if you could just be a man though. Can you tell the man? Can you tell men that? So it's just like weird because I'm like, I'm always being, or like people are like, you're just so dope, you're this, you're that. I'm like,
Yes,
I think it's like, it's
you hate
stupid
what?
that I have to have that validation, like, that the validation is
evidence where you want it to be evident.
Yeah.
I just want to say in relation to the whole dad thing, because I've been there, done that, and I feel like at this point in my life, I've had both sides of the spectrum. Where like the beginning of my life, very, 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 very beginning of my life, my dad was there, and then he left to do what he felt that he needed to do, and then came back, and we had that issue that you were saying, like, just like I'm your dad, so you have to do what I say, and I looked at him like,
who are you?
Yeah. so and then we had a falling out. Like it went through this weird whole thing, like debacle, to when I was about, I think, 17 or 18, when I actually in my heart was like, I forgive you, and I do want want you in my life. To now where it's like he's pretty active and pretty present in my life now as an adult. So I feel like I have both sides of the spectrum with that. And I just want to say that from the conversations that I've had with him in regards to all the stuff that he's done, and I just don't want you guys to take whatever your dads do personally. Like, and that's what it sounds like, because it sounds like you're saying, I'm going to expect that from him, or this next man that I meet. Like, not your dad, but like the men that you're meeting in your lives. And I just want you guys to know, like, don't take it personally. Like you said, fuck that. Like, they are literally, put them in that category, the same category you put fuck boys in. Like, just put them in there, and don't let that be a reflection of your value or your worth. Like, at the end of the day, you were shining bright like a diamond when he was not in your life. Period. Continue. Shut up, Sylvia. No, seriously, like, you don't think so?
You ain't shining bright?
You're not shining bright like a diamond right now?
I would love to.
You do. No, don't be sorry. Everyone says you glow and float and
but I think
glide
that's the
across
thing,
the grave.
though. It's like everybody keeps saying it. I think that the validation is not there, because I think
but you
for
have
me
to.
and Sylvia, it's been a very it's a different experience. Because you've had a boyfriend,
you guys have been
married. You know what I mean? Like, there's been that, but
we've
it's like,
never had that.
I'm like, when someone's like, so your last relationship. I'm like, you mean the one
The one
that
that
kind
never
of makes up?
existed?
It's like, it's not really there, but it's like,
You
I've
ever had a
never had a
boyfriend?
boyfriend.
No.
I had someone ask me out, and then the next day be like, oh, wait, what?
I had that dude from
remember, like, it's like,
that dude that you took out last night talking about,
But why does that
I
need to
wanna
be a
have-
validation?
I want to
though?
have sex with you, but I don't want you to
But
call
why
me
does a
back.
relationship
But
have to be a validation?
Relationship does
You
not
guys,
have to be a
technically,
validation.
I'm telling you right now, you guys are missing out on shit. Literally nothing.
but you
But
can
it's
say
easy.
that and
It's
then
easy
seek
for us
after
to
that.
say. I think
No,
it's easy for
I-
us to say because we've had a relationship.
Like,
So
imagine
I don't
at
wanna-
27.
I get where you're coming from 100%, but I
But
don't want
imagine
to. I don't
at
want to
20
suppress
at
this.
20.
Okay.
I'm here with
Look,
you.
I'm gonna say this. Okay. In that tone, like,
But it's like,
okay, that's what you guys are saying.
Take your point.
You
You're
really
not
feel like you're
but the thing
missing
is,
out
like,
on something?
You're not missing out on. So then, for
Look,
someone that says that, why would you seek and then want to be in a relationship if it's not that great?
okay, first of all, right now, I'm not really seeking shit. I'm seeking my peace again.
Well,
I would say this. This is the reason why I say
Why would you get in relationships if
it's not a thing of validation. I can tell you that.
But she was about to say something different. She was going to say at 27 years old, imagine knowing, like, go with what you were about to say that you didn't.
like
Never having a boyfriend, never having somebody that showed you that they really truly actually want to even talk to you for longer periods of time on the phone. Like,
okay,
none of that. 27 years of your life?
I get
and
that.
you see everybody else around you since you were teenagers always having people coming for them. Always having somebody coming for them. And you're the one that's standing on the side like, so when and then everybody tells you, oh, Sylvia, Yana, it's gonna come for you. Okay, I'm 73 years old in my deathbed now. When is Jesus coming for me? That's the only love
There's
of
this
my life
funny
now.
thing that's like, okay, the same that the only people who want twins are the ones who've never had them. I feel it's the same way about marriage and relationships. I'm just like,
But
it's
I don't-
not.
I
And it
only
very well
say
may
it
not be.
because I feel like the people in our generation, even from when I first got a boyfriend to now, like, I feel like all that experience has done to me is tarnish me. You guys are not missing out on anything. I'm so serious. It's not worth it. If I could have never had the experience of having a boyfriend ever in my life, I would have taken it.
So
Like, I am so serious right now. I'm like about to cry because it's so like it's real to me. You guys aren't like, if you watch that video, like that's why that video hit me so hard when I saw it, because like it's true. I could have been so much better had I never ever experienced love or open myself up like that. Because it's not even just someone breaking your heart. It's just like people die, people lie, people just leave. Sometimes you don't even get that conversation, that closure. And it's not worth it. You guys have your whole self. And that's why I'm saying it's not worth it. Because every breakup, every relationship, every person that you date, they're taking so much from you. And you have your whole self right now. And I want you guys to really cherish that. Because
I just don't want you guys to feel like you
I
don't have enough.
You don't need validation from no nigga. Fuck these dudes. Seriously. Like, fuck them. Not literally. Like,
Don't be going out there fucking.
I mean,
like
if
that.
you want to. But use these niggas for what they are worth. Like, get your fuck on. Get your nut
and
weed.
then move on.
But seriously, no, like, that's all I feel like. Even with, like, sometimes, sorry, Dad, but sometimes even, like, having my dad in my life, it's still kind of that in and out. And, like, when I went through my last relationship and all that shit that happened, my dad was not there, and that really hurt me. And I felt like that was at the time that I really wanted him there to, like, just talk to me and let me know it wasn't my fault, that, you know, like, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. So, fuck validation. You guys are beautiful, inside and out. And I will sit here and say that to you
1,000,000 times.
I just don't want you guys to, like, you're not missing out on anything. Because with every relationship, there is an end. There's gonna be an end. Even if you guys marry each other, you guys are with each other forever, niggas gonna die.
That's Niggas don't
I'm serious. Like, I mean, why torture yourselves? Like, oh my gosh. Everything comes to an end. Like that statement is so true. And it's just how it ends or when it ends. But you guys aren't missing out on anything. You guys have your whole selves right now. And I really want you guys to cherish that. And someone who deserves your whole self will come along. And I know it sounds, it's cliche and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, when you get into that relationship, you have your whole self to give to that person. It's not going to be some like chipped away version of you. It's not going to be some jaded version of you. It's going to be your whole self. And he's going to be jaded. He's going to be kind of chipped. And he's going to appreciate the hell out of that because he's never experienced that before. That's all I have to say. And I'm sorry for crying.
It's okay.
I just want you guys to just
Find a man. I'm joking.
no. And until then, fucking have fun. Like shit, just have fun. Don't try to commit yourself to these fools. Like really, right now, unless you're about to marry some old ass man, then you aren't missing out on anything.
Yes,
and even these old men. Have you seen that old man was floating around on the internet talking about Mr. Steal Your Grandma? Like the old dudes are becoming fuck boys. Like there's no hope for anybody. My grandma ain't even got hope right now. It's no.
Oh shit. Oh, she just said that. Grandpas are fuck boys too.
It's true.
Oh! No, but thank
So
you
true.
for that. It's just hard. It's hard.
I know, and it feels like you're missing out on everything. You're seeing your friends, and I mean, but how many of your friends have you had to talk to and remind them that, oh, girl, you're great, you're beautiful, he's tripping, don't worry about it? How many of your friends have come to you crying because their relationship is shitty?
Shit.
Like, literally, when I watched Love Jones this year, and that's my favorite movie.
We also need to watch that.
Like, when I was younger and I watched it, I'm like, oh my God, I want to love like that. Oh my God, they just love each other so much. And then I watched it this year, I'm like, that breakup was really rough. Like, that's the only thing that stuck out to me. And it's like, I don't want to deal with that.
What if you get into a relationship, you know, you put your whole self in it with the thing in the back of your mind, like always remembering that it's temporary. Like, is that possible?
But how much of the relationship would you really enjoy then? You're gonna
you enjoy it for the moment. You don't anticipate the future and the 10 years and the forever. You're just like, today we are together, we are happy, and that's good.
I would never
like,
give a man that
just
much
leeway. For better or for worse.
Oh, you already know how I feel about that.
But I'm saying, like, that's
even...
just giving a guy a pass to waste your time. Because they're going to take that opportunity.
With the right person.
Who is the right person? How will we know that's the right person?
Because today, with the information you have, you're happy in your relationship.
You know, I did that, and that nigga was still messing with his ex-girlfriend. So...
And then you found out, and you're like, okay, yeah, it was temporary.
I'm
so
coming
we
for
can
you.
move on. I don't know.
She's coming for you. She's got a rockstar and champagne.
It's not over.
I just feel like it's not worth it.
I don't know.
It's going to take a very special individual to put up with them.
I think I get that, but I think the flip side is that if it was really that terrible for people that are in relationships, then you would never get in another one again. But if you have, it's because there's a special, you know what I mean? There's something that is good.
I think we've been taught that it's special. I think we've been
single for 27 years.
But I'm saying after experiencing it, like going by what you're saying, after experiencing
and
like
then
heartbreak for
then
real.
What made you then want to get into another relationship?
Because I like that girl posted, like everything's going good. Like I have really growed and glowed up. Like, and I'm just like, why not? Why not? Like, it's like the only thing that's not like a part of my life.
I think,
so I think that's over too. It's just like the why not? Like why don't we?
Why not be able? Why not have the experience at our point in time? It's like why not even be able to have that experience? We're not even able to have it. Even if
you guys are able to have it. No, don't. That's the thing. I'm trying to get you guys to realize. Stop thinking that you're not capable of having it. You can. If you want to waste your time, just say yes to the next nigga who asks you out.
That's
actually don't even wait. Don't even wait. Just ask him out.
We already know.
Just ask him. Just ask him.
But you guys think I'm joking about someone like It's not that I
what
have
you're
like,
saying.
oh, there's all these dudes I'm talking to. They just don't want to. They're like, I'm not over exaggerating. There is nothing. There is no dude coming for me. There is no dude. It's not even like, oh, I got dudes that I'm kind of taught. It's nothing. It's not. This dude kind of likes me. There's nothing. There's zero. It's not even
dry
a game.
in that area.
It's so dry. I told you someone asked me out and then the next day took it back. I don't know how that happens. How do you do it?
April Fools.
Yeah,
I just think we've been so conditioned to think that the relationship is the end all be all. Like that is happiness.
But I'm not even. I'm literally just saying, if I am all these things,
then why hasn't it
then
been
what makes it like? What makes this person over there like? All right, they're great. So what makes someone be like, hey, you know what? I want to get to know you. I like you. Blah blah. Like
maybe that's a good thing. Maybe because the person who's genuine and good-hearted will
no.
And that's the guy that you want. You don't want the other guy who doesn't see that in you or who.
So I just need to know, where is this man?
He's out there.
Where are you?
They're running around.
It's cool.
They're running around with the temporaries right now.
I'm over here trying to live in a van soon. So if you are #ready to van life it, and you like BBWs, let me know. But we gotta get ready for this damn barbecue.
We do.
Friends, it is a nice. Leave comments.
Is
share
it better?
your story.
Is it better to have love than to never love at all, or would you have preferred to never have loved?
Ooh,
That's
that's
a good
the question.
What happened?
I said, do you think that it's better to have loved and never?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say let's do 15 more minutes. We're at an hour and 16.
Oh, we were just about to
Oh, okay. Oh, this is the pending question.
Is it better to have loved than to have never loved at all, or would you have preferred to just never been in love at all?
Share the comment and
Share, comment.
I'll
let
say
us know.
The latter.
Knowing what I know, yeah, the latter.
The latter.
Bullshit.
I just want to eat food and drink beer right now with my friends.
I just want to do
That's
hood
what I
rat stuff with
fucking
my
want.
friends.
Love
All right,
it.
guys.
Thank you
Have a
guys for
happy
tuning
4th.
in.
If you are Caucasian, if you are black, happy
Get out of my
Juneteenth.
We missed Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, we missed it. That was our July 4th.
All right, happy Juneteenth. That's what we're gonna say now.
Happy Juneteenth!